Hey there, music enthusiasts. Today we're diving into crafting killer guitar riffs using your DAW of choice. These steps will guide you to riff writing mastery in FL Studio, Ableton Live, Reaper, Pro Tools, whatever DAW you want to use. So let's get started. We're gonna split this video in a couple of steps, and I will teach you how to write these riffs. So step one, steal a riff. Hear me out. Every great riff starts with inspiration. Look, we're not reinventing the wheel or anything like that. We're simply standing on the shoulders of giants. So we're taking inspiration. Let's draw inspiration from the iconic riff of Joan Jett's I Love Rock and Roll song. Remember, it's about using it as a springboard for creativity. It's your reference riff, so to speak. Let's start by using Joan Jett's I Love Rock and Roll riff as our inspiration. Step two, then, is to analyze and interpret the reference riff. So let me just grab my phone real quick and play the riff. All right, so you heard that. I can't play too much, but it's Now, what do I mean by staccato chords? Is the That's the staccato chord, and then you hear these So staccato staccato So that that's the single note notes, or the single string notes. Then it's clear that this song consists of those two elements, staccato chords with single notes in between. Now that the riff has been dissected, it's time to infuse it with our own flair. So play with the rhythms, notes, melodies, find variations until you find what you like. Because that's what we're doing. We're taking the riff, the original riff, the reference riff, and then turn it into something else. Remember, this is where your creativity shines. Step 3. Write the new riff in MIDI. So time to bring your riff to life in your DAW. I'm using Ableton Live, but again, you can use whatever you want, FL Studio, Reaper, Pro Tools, whatever. It doesn't matter as long as it is a DAW. So please open a MIDI track and translate your riff into notes, into MIDI notes. And consider using a guitar VST plugin to capture the sound you're aiming for. So I used a guitar plugin or a guitar sound, so I get an idea of how the notes will sound on a real electric guitar. Let's go back to the riff though, we're still writing it. So for my riff, the one inspired by the Joan Jett I Love Rock and Roll song, I incorporated major sixths. So instead of just staccato chords, we're using but we're using other notes. So we're using major sixths, diminished intervals, perfect fourths, and we want to add the because remember it's so we want to add those sliding notes. So for my riff, I added those two sliding notes just to add a melodic touch. For those using VST plugins for the final product, so the ones that are not gonna play the riff on their guitar, they're just gonna play it on the computer, you're done and can skip the next final step, which is step 4. Translate it to guitar. Let's transition from MIDI to guitar. Learn to play the MIDI notes on the guitar. And then you can kind of tweak the rhythms or notes to suit your playing style, right? But the thing you wrote on MIDI, you're basically gonna play it on your guitar. And there you have it. Crafting killer riffs in your DAW is all about finding inspiration first, analyzing the inspiration, interpret it, and finally translate what you interpret into MIDI, translate it into, guitar. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Antonio Fly, and until next time, keep rocking. True